In our Money SOS series, we come to the rescue of our readers who are struggling with their finances. It could be money worries, help getting on the property ladder, but we want to tackle your money challenges. In the latest episode, we're joined by Paul Bellwood from Santander. Paul has worked in Santander's financial support team for 21 years, caring for customers in financial difficulties and providing one-to-one care to help them with their money worries. Hi there, Paul.
Hi, Gemma.
So thanks, Paul. We've got Chloe joining us today. Let's meet her so we can find out how we can help her. Hi, Chloe. How are you today?
Hello. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Paul. Nice to meet you.
So it sounds like you've got a lot going on at the moment. So Chloe, to begin with, can you just tell us what your biggest money worries are at the moment so Paul and I can have a better understanding of your current situation?
I unfortunately lost my job due to the pandemic. I was also pregnant at the time, so it was obviously quite a financial worry. Obviously being pregnant in the pandemic and then obviously losing my job meant that we was just reliant on my husband's salary. We are signed into a debt plan, which we were just about making ends meet and paying it, which was £700 a month. Obviously with me losing my job, it meant that we had no choice but to sign into this debt plan, which consolidated it and made it £125 a month rather than the £700 a month. What I find really hard is at the age of 22 we bought our own home and things were looking really great, and then it sort of all took a massive downward spiral, and I just want some advice on where I went wrong, really.
Well, I mean, don't be too hard on yourself. You're certainly not alone, and it's great that you're looking now to tackle your situation, because money can fluctuate over our lifetimes. It's very common, and that's why people are always advised to squirrel away what they can for the inevitable hard times. And it sounds like you've had an incredibly tough year, but also congratulations on your new arrival. So let's start with this debt burden, which is clearly hanging heavily on your shoulders. It would be useful to understand a bit more about that plan. For example, how much do you owe? What are you being charged in interest? And are there any payment deadlines or penalties? Because I want to check that you're not overpaying and see if there are any other practical things that you can do.
Yeah, so it's a 5-year plan, and it's against the house. So the debt is actually in my husband's name, but obviously with us being married, it's ours together. So after 5 years, they will ask us to remortgage, and they will take the equity out of the house. So the original debt was 27,000. Say for example, there's 15,000 left to pay after the 5 years of paying the monthly payments. We have to try and remortgage, and then they'll take the equity from the house. If for any reason we can't remortgage, because it does affect my husband's credit, if we can't remortgage, then the plan extends for a further year, and we'll pay for that remaining year, and then whatever is left does get written off. But like I said, it affects the credit score and things like that.
Interesting. It sounds like there are a few different things at play here. So Paul, do you have any tips for Chloe?
Yeah, thanks ever so much for that, Gemma. First things first, has your finances changed since setting up the debt plan? Do you need to reassess your financial situation? It may be an idea to write down all your current outgoings, as things may have changed since the initial setup. Santander do work in partnership with PayPlan, who have independent financial advisors to assist with the income and expenditure.
I think you could also swat up on some financial basics because, they do say knowledge is power, and I just really don't want to see you overwhelmed by this in the future. So understanding how the interest that you're charged is added to the amount that you owe is a really strong motivator also to keep on top of this. And also technology can be your friend, with like handy budgeting apps and also trackers to show you how your debts are falling. And that can, again, really motivate you to keep going.
I totally agree with you. So on the Santander app under My Money Manager, there is a monthly spend report, plus an overview screen which breaks down your card spends into category. This compares with previous month's spends, which may assist you with your finances and where they're going.
Chloe, how does that sound?
Yeah, no, it's really handy to know that there's all these apps available, and I'll definitely be having a look at them.
Okay, great. So you've set up your own business recently. How's that going?
Yeah, so obviously with the pandemic and having 2 young children, I decided that I'd set up my own business. I've set up a modelling and acting agency. Like most businesses, it's a slow start. It's heavily reliant on the talent being out and working, so it's commission based. So obviously that's a bit of a financial worry, where the money's going to come from, sort of from that angle of things. But yeah, just a slow start, I suppose.
Well, I think the first things first, well done for taking that brave step in setting up on your own. And I think the thing to start off to say is always assume, as you rightly point out, that it's going to take slightly longer than expected to turn a profit. So budgeting accordingly will be really important. And I also think with a business model like yours, trying to keep costs down low, keep those overheads low, will also buy you some more breathing space before those revenues really build up as well. Paul, is there anything else to add?
Well done, Chloe, on taking the brave steps to start up. There are videos on the Santander website that can help. The person behind the business, taking the plunge, starting a side hustle, starting up on a shoestring.
So Chloe, now we've had this chat, how are you feeling about it all?
Yeah, no, it's nice to get some guidance and know the right tools and the right places to be looking. And I would definitely be having a look at those videos, because I feel like they would definitely help me have a bit more of an understanding on which angles to be taking.
Great. And Paul, is there anything else to add?
Yeah, speak up as you're not alone. Look on the Santander website, and if you have any issues in calling, you could always use Santander's live chat service. They will be able to point you in the right direction.
So thank you for joining us, Chloe. I wish you all the best. And Paul, you've been a fantastic help today as well.
You're welcome, no problem. I'm glad I could help.
For all those who are watching, if you'd like any more advice or support, please visit our website, social media pages, and the Santander Help with Managing My Money page to find out more. Bye.